All right.
Hey everybody, I'm with Scott Wolter, a published author, world traveler. We're at the 18th Annual Conscious Life Expo. He's my first interview, and I swear this is like Disneyland to me because everyone has a fantastic story. You know, especially at Conscious Life Expo. I mean,
well,
right?
Yeah. Well, I'd been here for a day before the thing even started,
Right.
and I'd met a lot of really amazing people, and I mean, the energy in this place is positive, and it's fun. It's all good.
Well, you know, we just met, but you probably don't know it because I'm the professor of positivity, possibly and practically the most positive person on the planet, on purpose.
I like it.
I wish my name was Paul. It would even be better.
Well, no, that's a good gospel to be teaching.
So you were talking about positivity. This is one of the most positive places on the planet at this juncture for this event because everyone is doing what they love. You know?
Yeah. And we're all having fun here. I mean, I just got here. I got my books all set up. I can't wait to give my presentation tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm going to teach people about the Templars' history in North America.
Okay.
They're a strategic alliance spiritually with the indigenous people of this continent. Because back in those days, you couldn't do anything on this continent unless the natives let you. And the best way to do that would be to, first of all, honor and respect them and their place in the world. But what they did was they shared rituals. They shared a similar ideology, and that was the secret to their success over here. And one of the things,
Templars, you're saying, not the Indians or anything.
No, I'm talking about they bonded with the natives,
okay,
with the Indians,
okay,
and they bonded at a very deep spiritual level.
What year? I'm sorry, I didn't interrupt.
No.
What year were they here? Because the Indians were here before them, right?
Well, it's a little complicated because you're talking about bloodline families that have been around since the 1st century and beyond, going back in time. And the Templars were just the descendants of those people that knew about all this early contact, and that's why they came over here. They tried to flourish in Europe. It didn't work out. The King of France and the Pope of the Roman Catholic Church put them down in 1307, and the world thought they disappeared, which is crazy. They just came over here to establish what they called their new sanctuary or their New Jerusalem.
So all these books are on the Templars?
All these
Is that your expertise?
Yep, that's it. The real story of the Templars after the put down. But one of the big secrets that we reveal in this series of books is that the Templars were not the good Catholics that everybody thought they were. They pretended to be Catholic. You ever heard that phrase, keep your friends close, your enemies closer?
Yeah, of course.
That's exactly what they did.
Okay.
And that's part of the reason why, when they were finally put down, that they were arrested, tortured, and burned. The reason you burn somebody is because you're pissed, right? And that's exactly what
Or scared because they burned witches
or
because they were too smart.
Well,
the smart people were scared, were feared because they were saying things that we didn't believe in, like flight.
Right.
You know.
So yeah. I mean, it's so what the standard historical narrative is completely wrong. Okay, they don't understand what their true ideology was, and at the end of the day, what was most important to the Templars and why they had a fascination with the Virgin Mary was that the Roman Catholic Church had basically put women down here, and they were patriarchal, male-dominated in their faith.
Right.
Well, that's not what the Templars believed. They believed in balance. But to bring things back into balance, they had to emphasize the feminine aspects of the Godhead. And that's what this symbol represents, the hooked X. And so,
hooked X.
Yeah, and this is one of the mysterious symbols that occurred on the Rune Stone that was found in Minnesota in 1898 and has confounded the scholars for over a century. It was brought into my lab. I did some weathering studies, and I proved that it was old. And then I published my findings, and I got blasted. And I'm like, well, what the hell's the problem here? And don't forget, if I made a mistake in my research or in my studies, tell me what I did wrong, and I'll fix it. Okay?
I'm like you. Yeah.
But that's not what it was. It wasn't.
Don't just keep agreeing with me.
They just didn't like the answer.
Oh.
Well, I'm sorry about that, but that's not my problem. That's your problem.
Right.
And so now, what that led to is for me to try to figure out why did they not like it.
Right.
And now I know why.
Why?
This is a big part of it.
Okay.
Because there was ideological differences, there were religious differences, and how
See, I never talk religion or politics in any of my interviews. But you're welcome to talk whatever you like. But
all I'm saying is that it was a difference in ideology, and I don't have to tell you what happens when you have a difference in ideology. Our country is going through some of the worst division we've ever had.
Yeah.
Because of what?
That's why I don't talk politics or religion.
Ideological differences.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But this is nothing new, right?
No.
This isn't the first time this has happened.
Right.
In any case, that was a big part of what happened. But then the Templars came over here, and they found a way to bond with the indigenous people who shared the same ideology.
Right. Oh, they did? Okay.
They did. They venerate the great goddess. Oh. I mean, talk to an indigenous person over there. She'll tell you all about the goddess, won't you?
Oh, I will.
Yep. And indigenous people...
So grab a chair and sit here for a minute. This is virtual reality, so you're on camera already.
Yeah.
So this is the lovely assistant
Yes.
who's going to draw people to your
Her
table.
name is Haley Ramsey.
Haley, and you are Indian of descent.
Yes, Lakota, Cherokee, and Lenni Lenape.
Wow, that's fantastic. How are you, by the way?
I'm fantastic.
Yeah, see?
I think she's fantastic.
By the way, Scott, I didn't ask you, how are you today?
I'm super fantastic.
Super fantastic.
I'm going to outdo her, that's for sure.
Knock it out to me, Scott.
So this is, now, this is what really interests me is...
Akhenaten.
Well, not particularly him, the pyramids, and that era.
Yeah.
Because I watch a lot of stuff on pyramids, like the Revelation of the Pyramids. Have you seen that movie?
I haven't seen it. But
Oh
I'm
my
probably
gosh!
familiar
You
with
have to watch that movie, The Revelation of the Pyramids. It will change your view on history and in life.
Okay.
And it's really pretty bad. On my app, I have an app called Be Fantastic. And a website, of course, and everything else. But I list some of my favorite movies because there's movies like Being There that everyone should see.
Yeah.
You saw Being There.
I remember seeing it. It's been out for
Peter
quite a
Sellers.
while.
40, 50 years.
Yeah, it's a long
But it's
time.
those certain movies you just have to see.
Yeah.
Like The Wizard of Oz as an example or something, You've seen The Wizard of Oz.
Of course, yes.
You have to see movies like that.
God,
But
what was
there's
it?
movies that teach you a lot of things like Thrive or The Revelation of the Pyramids, and then there's entertaining movies. But I'm a movie maker. I was born in the business, and now I'm just making little videos like this.
I told her about
This
a
is
movie-
virtual reality, by the way.
Yeah,
Everyone's
so
being
it's
seen.
360. I told her about a movie last night that she needs to see, and it's called Scarface. Remember that one?
Scarface, of course, yeah.
Well, the reason that I like that movie so much is the very first scene where he's sitting in the chair being interrogated right when he came into the United States, and the camera was just circling him slowly. Do you remember that?
No,
It
but
was done so well.
but I like tracking shots. And have you seen 1917? Have you seen that yet?
I have not, but I will.
Have you?
No, I have not.
Oh
No, it's a
my
World War
goodness!
I movie. Yeah.
But the movie's shot with one tracking shot. You can never see where they did cut. It's
Oh, they just
literally
keep- they
well,
just
no, they
keep-
didn't. It's trick. But you try to find out how they did it. It's the most amazing. I'm looking at this. I go, this is the longest tracking shot I've ever seen, and it was through the whole movie. They never
So
cut.
it was like real time the whole
real time,
movie.
like you watched it in real time, the whole movie.
Wow.
But there's no way possible because they went across water, they went through tunnels,
But
things
so
caved
cut
in.
It, they cut it and you couldn't tell.
Cannot tell where they cut it. It is amazing. Technologically wise, I think it's a fantastic film.
Okay, that's what I'm
But
going to see.
when you-
Let's do movie reviews. What do you
Here
think?
you go. We're into movie reviews. See, my interviews are never scripted, never rehearsed. They're just conversation between hopefully two fantastic people.
Well,
You know,
well, I know
I'm
I'm
Dr.
fantastic.
Fantastic.
She's
She
fantastic.
looks fantastic.
I thought you were
are-
fantastic.
I'm Dr. Fantastic.
That's right.
I have to be. No, but I just love life, and I'm trying to instill through these interviews how people need to have a thirst for knowledge, need to discover and travel and live every day. Don't live for weekends. I have a lot of philosophies. I'm a philosopher and a motivational speaker, but it's just people are they're wearing blinders. They're going down the street. They're sitting next to someone for 10 hours on a plane and never talking to them.
Yeah.
They're not learning. They're not growing. They're not reaching out. They're in their little worlds. We live in a greedy, selfish, litigious society. Everyone's in their little car, and they don't give a shit about anyone on the road. And so I'm trying, this movement, the Be Fantastic movement, is about cultivating civility and pollinating positivity. That's my movement. And you guys are now part of it.
And thrilled to
And
be
this,
part of it.
and I am in Disneyland. I was telling Scott earlier. Everyone has a fantastic story. Even the people visiting here. My sister's here someplace. She's a marriage, family, child counselor, and one of my ambassadors. I'm going to encourage you both, when you fall in love, hopefully with the movement, I want you to think about becoming an ambassador of positivity.
Well,
I've got 146 of them.
We're trying to be ambassadors. I try to do it every day.
I think we must, and we need more ambassadors.
Keep things positive and fun.
Yes.
And just little niceties that you say to people and acknowledge them and look them in the eye.
Well, let me tell you, young lady, a fantastic person is someone who lets you in traffic, will open doors for you. They say please and thank you. They say hello back. When someone says hello, you know how people don't say hello back?
Hello.
They're kind,
Meh.
they're polite, they're civil, they're courteous, they're friendly. Those are things that fantastic people are. We need more of them, and there's just not enough.
No, I agree.
And so
But, even if you're
these
having
little
a bad
interviews.
day, even when you're having a bad day, sometimes just a little thing that somebody does for you can just pull you out.
Yeah.
And
It's
you're
a
kind of-
smile.
Yeah, or something as simple as
Yes,
that,
it's
or
a
just
smile can do it.
acknowledgement of, just a pretty woman or somebody that does something nice. It just the little things can pull you out of a funk.
Well, I'd like to say I'm a simple guy. I've had 98 different professions with a simple plan. And literally, if you just eliminate the word good from your vocabulary, don't say at the end of the day she did a good job, or don't say have a good night,
Did a fantastic job.
and don't tell her she looks good, because she doesn't. She looks fantastic.
I know that's self-evident there, brother.
Delete. See, it's going to be very hard to do because you've been saying good since you were 2 years old. And I've been saying it for 65 years now. And it's even for me as Dr. Fantastic, it's hard because that word creeps in there. It's a 4-letter word. Now, I call people who say the word good or use the word good, I call